The Alliance League for 12 years, Kerry begin this penultimate match with a rookie full-back, Mark Griffin, who comes in for the injured Aidan O'Mahony. Tomás O'Shea returns after missing the down match through suspension. Kieran O'Leary takes over as captain in the absence of Owen Brosnan, and Colm Cooper is among the subs. Meanwhile, Cork come to Tralee buoyed by wins against 3 Ulster counties. Another newcomer, John McLaughlin, replaces Owen Cadigan at the back. Alan O'Connor starts in place of Graham Canty in midfield. But the big news here is the return of Daniel Goulding, who returns to the starting 15 as a direct replacement for the injured and luckless Colm O'Neill. It is Cork who won the toss, and they've opted to play from left to right in the first half, which means they are wind assisted. Both sides engaging in a slow, laborious build-up in the early moments. Mark Collins, Paul Kerrigan back in there to Collins, again into a roadblock, so forced to dish it back as far as Andrew O'Sullivan, and Andrew O'Sullivan, man of the match last week against Donegal, gets the first white flag of this match. That's a really good piece of work there by the 27-year-old from Castletown Bear. Outside of the boot, drilled it right between the uprights and over. Back down again through Walsh, carried on here. That's Killian Young lobbing it in there towards Donaghy. It's done really well. Down he goes under the weight of the challenge there. 13 metres out, and the referee having words with Jamie O'Sullivan for that. That ball lobbed in by Killian Young right into the waiting arms of Kieran Donaghy and then swung around. So this is Johnny Buckley, chance to level up the game with 8 minutes gone. From 13 metres out, point apiece. Aidan Walsh giving it plenty of air. Down as far as Daniel Goulding, taking off past Mark O'Shea. Looking for a support player, that's Barry O'Driscoll. Trying to establish himself on this side. Back to Andrew O'Sullivan, got the opening point of this match. Next is Aidan Walsh kicking on the spin and putting it over the bar. Lovely score by Aidan Walsh, and Cork restore their lead back in front again by 2 points to 1. That was much, much better. Andrew O'Sullivan, this time the provider for Aidan Walsh, took it as he was running and hit it beautifully over. Anthony Marr trying to wrestle the ball back from Jamie O'Sullivan. Free kick taken by Fintan Gould for Cork. In as far as Paul Kerrigan, trying to lay it off quickly. Good run by Aidan Walsh again. Oh, stop on the outreach boot that time of Mark Griffin. Well, there was a goal there for the taking. And Aidan Walsh took the pass from Paul Kerrigan, and watch as Mark Griffin came across, stuck out the left boot and saved a certain goal. Great piece of defending by the rookie fullback. It's a breezy, blustery afternoon with a biting cold wind. That's overdone. John McLaughlin able to take the pass, and Kerry may punish Cork for that error. It's Kieran O'Leary taken down there by Aidan Walsh. No black cards in yet. He's lucky. Johnny Buckley kicked the first point of the match, and only one for Kerry so far from a free. Doesn't leave too much margin for error inside the left-hand post and over the bar. 2 from 3 now for Johnny Buckley. Kerry and Cork level. Quickly into the forwards, this time to Fintan Gould. And Danny went, challenged by Tomás O'Shea. Cork's free kick. 25 minutes are gone, it's 2 points apiece. It's been a disappointing match so far. Fintan Gould up into the air, that looks very accurate. Really good kick by Fintan Gould. Well, he'll be delighted with that one. It's only his 2nd point in this year's Alliance League. He scored against Dublin in Croke Park on the opening night, and this one in blustery conditions from 45 metres out was a real winner. 3 points to 2, Cork lead. Declan O'Sullivan now back here as far as Buckley. Here's Anthony Marr being encouraged by the crowd to kick it, which he duly does. Puts it over, and Kerry lead for the first time here by 4 points to 3. 31 minutes are gone, and it's a very good position for the Kingdom to be in at this stage. Jamie O'Sullivan in as far as Barry O'Driscoll. looking to get free of his marker. Pierce O'Neill instead. Dished off here to Fintan Gould with that left boot. And that one's gone flying over the bar, and he's got a second. And Cork are back within one again. Cork's top scorer in this match, onto that left boot. In blustery conditions, he swings it over the bar. Paul Kerrigan impishly carries it in through the challenge. He's found a gap, Kerrigan, and he kicks it off the crossbar and back out to safety from Kerry's point of view to the waiting Mark Griffin. Paul Kerrigan, a raspish run here, that finally struck the crossbar and came back out. Here's Mark Collins, carried on. Tomas Clancy making an insertion and putting it over the bar in the 61st ever league meeting of Cork and Kerry. That's Tomas Clancy from Fermoy. Got a goal against Down, he's got a point here, and he's made it 6-5. Here's Killian Young, down as far as Donncha Walsh. Very much the man who makes things happen for other players. Declan O'Sullivan, back again to Killian Young, easily going by the challenge of Aidan Walsh, getting it on his left, belting it high up into the air and accurately over the bar for his first point in this year's Alliance League. Great score by Killian Young, the 26-year-old from Renard. And now Kerry's lead is back out once again to 2, 7-5. They lead midway through this second half. And now there's going to be a double substitution, and you know who's come on. Colin Cooper back, Paul Galvin joining him, and one of the players going off will be Donncha Walsh, and the other player who's got to go off and be replaced is Kieran O'Leary. That's kicked out straight to Cooper. Beautiful ball here as far as Jonathan Lyne. On his right, still in place somehow. Declan O'Sullivan back in here to Galvin, and Galvin fists it over the bar. Paul Galvin announces his return. Second league game of the season, both of them as substitutes. Well, this one was by Jonathan Lyne, kept in place somehow, recycled there with the help of Declan O'Sullivan, and it back here to Galvin, who then fisted it over the bar. And Kerry lead this match by 5 points. And Cooper now pulling the strings to Donaghy. And the big man gets out there, turns beautifully and strikes perfectly. That is his first score in this year's Alliance League. It's come in match 6. It's come at a time when he's made it 11 points to 5 in favour of Kerry, and now just about 9 minutes to go. A mere 6 points on the board so far for Cork, 3 in each half. Tough challenges coming in, and that time, once Cork had been given a free there was an incident. I think it's James Fitzpatrick who had been ready to take a free kick. That was James Fitzpatrick going into a crunching challenge there. Then he reached out and down went, I think it's Paul Galvin. Well, no action's been taken. Mark O'Shea just dismissing the challenge there of Liam Shorten. In came Kassan then, and I'm not sure that was shoulder to shoulder. And it gets very hot and will require stern refereeing at this stage. There's not always a great deal of love lost between some of the rivals in Cork-Kerry matches. Colin Cooper remaining dispatched from it all, chatting with the referee. And once again the referee needs his linesman just to try and guide him. Ends up being a free kick for Kerry. There's Owen Liston there on the right-hand side, and Aidan O'Mahony on the left, unable to play because of injury. Final few seconds of this match here. It's picked up off the ground there by Brian Shanahan, so it's got to be a free kick for Kerry. Johnny Buckley has got 6 pointed frees in this match. Up into the sky, but it's going to drift away to the right-hand side. Doesn't matter at this stage. There's a lot to build upon. The final whistle, and Kerry beat their great old rivals and in the process get their second Alliance League victory. Their need was greater today, their desire was very much in evidence. Cork disappointed and disappointing, and Eamon Fitzmaurice can leave now with one more game to go. Trip to Omagh in 2 weeks' time against Tyrone. Conor Coonahan's side, well, they can look forward to their last match, still a chance of making the semi-finals. The full-time score here in Austin Stack Park in Tralee reads Kerry 11 points, Cork 7.
You know, I suppose they showed a bit more hunger on the day effort than what we did. You know, probably, you know, I think they got a number of frees there, you know, which, you know, they converted, which made the difference. And I suppose maybe there was a stage there in the second half when Paul Kerrigan broke through, hit the crossbar, you know. Things like that you need to happen for you, and it didn't happen for us today.
We're delighted to get 2 points again, Ger, because it keeps the league campaign alive for us. It keeps the last game above Noma and 2 weeks' time relevant. If we'd lost today, we were all but destined for Division 2. So it's great that the last game will mean something for us now.
Jack O'Connor, former Kerry manager, with me to watch that match. Jack, it wasn't exactly a great game of football, but the 2 points were what was all about in the end.
Yeah, for Kerry, from a Kerry point of view, they won't be too worried about the quality of the game, Michael. They needed the points desperately because they're going off on a training camp this week, and that'll certainly put them off in good spirits. And it gives them a fighting chance now of going up to Omagh in a couple of weeks' time of getting a result there.
It was a difficult day for football from the point of view that there was a fairly strong breeze, very cold here in Tralee, but the first half Kerry had managed to do the work.
Yeah, Cork were very defensive in the first half. You must remember that they came down here short at least 4 first choice forwards, I suppose, the likes of Colm O'Neill, Kieran Sheehan, Paddy Kelly, Donnacha Connor. So they were short of class up front. So I think they played a containment game, especially the first half. They got a lot of men back and they frustrated Kerry. But in the second half, Kerry dominated in the middle of the field. I think the kick-out stats were something like 13-5 in Kerry's favour. So that was the platform.